Hey everybody, Jacob here. Just want to let you know, you only got 1 week left to pre-order our U2's figure. If you want to get one, this is your final chance to let us into your home. If you don't do it now, we'll be forever barred from your home and we will starve outside in the rain. So please get one in the next week. Let us into your home. Thank you. Let us into your home. Thank you. Welcome to Drawfee, where we take your dumb ideas
and make even dumber drawings.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Karina.
And I'm Julia.
And today we are revisiting an old classic.
Oh my gosh,
Bone game?
like
Nope.
this idea, but I'm also in this idea.
That's
We're
right.
off to the races.
Oh,
going
yeah.
to the past.
That's also right. I guess, was this before you were there,
Review
Karina?
episode.
The original one of these?
Yes.
This was from a pre-Karina
Wow.
time.
I wasn't born yet. I was but a speckle in your eye.
It's time to bring Karina into this old ass era.
Yeah, it's horse names.
Horse
Specifically
names.
Kentucky Derby horse names. If you don't know, they crazy.
We bring in Karina in for this one since she's from Kentucky.
What?
That's not
Incorrect.
true.
Not even close. I've been to Kentucky.
Yeah?
That's
How
good
was
enough.
It? Yeah, it's good enough.
That's good enough.
One of
Good
my
answer, good answer.
One of my teachers was like, "Do you want to see the racetrack where they do the Kentucky Derby?"
Great.
And I was like, "No, I have to go to the airport. My flight's in an hour." And then she took me there, so I didn't see any horses, but I
And-
saw the building.
You
You
saw a
missed your
track.
flight. Wow.
I'm from Long Island where we
Beautiful.
got that racetrack. The Belmont racetrack.
That's very cool. I would like to finish this intro though, since
You're doing
Nathan
great.
is already drawing.
I'm drawing
a
a horse.
we
course.
we
Of
gave
course.
Nathan his horse name
Yeah.
prior to starting, and Nathan's horse, as you may have guessed by looking at this, is Donut God.
Donut God.
Wow.
Whoa.
And in my mind, and
Yeah.
in my dreams,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not drawing in this one because in the original episode, I drew the best thing I've ever drawn or will ever draw,
Yeah.
which was Burgoo King.
Burgoo
Burger
King.
King. What you have to remember about Burger King
Yeah.
is that he liked the burger
Yeah.
and he is the burger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Both.
Very important stuff.
Okay.
And in my mind, I was like, Donut God seems like in the same pantheon.
Yeah. Do we think
Yeah.
that
This is
he
higher
is the,
up on
yeah.
the food
he
chain.
is
Yeah.
the donut and likes the donut?
So I do think he is the donut and he likes the donut.
Yes. Thank you.
I think
but
he's every donut.
yeah, but he's also every donut because he's a god.
Yeah.
That's true. That's actually really true.
Like a Burgoo King, he represents and rules over the Burgoos.
Yeah.
But the donut god,
yeah.
He made donut in his image.
yeah.
Oh,
He
sure.
created donut.
Yeah.
Primordial donut.
Yeah. This was the original one. And who made Donut God? None can say.
Some say that it was our collective thought of Donut God that brought Donut God to life.
Whoa.
And so there's like a paradox there.
Right? Like a chicken and egg paradox.
Yeah.
It's a better way of saying it than what I immediately thought of.
Which was?
Like Pinocchio?
Sort of like
I
Pinocchio.
don't
Like
think that's how
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio was brought to life. I don't know why I thought that.
An endless chain of gods creating.
If we all
Next.
believe in Pinocchio enough,
Oh.
he'll get to go out into the real world.
Who's Donut God's Jiminy Cricket?
I think that's just Jiminy Cricket. I think that was his next gig.
Yeah.
He just
after
keeps
Pinocchio.
doing this shit.
He got a letter in the mail that's like, your next client is Donut God. And he's like,
It was like a dead
Okay.
drop, like at a park.
yeah.
Jiminy Cricket's given like these tasks from a shadowy organization.
Yeah. You must give a conscience to Donut God.
He was give a conscious to.
Oh, sorry.
Was he a horse first or a donut?
It's really hard to say. But he's here now.
He's
and
here
that's
now,
what
and he's
But he
ready
was
to race.
unconscious.
he was unconscious.
Unconscious and unconscious.
Yes, he had no conscience He would do anything. He had no morals.
Every human crime?
He's committed every human crime until Jiminy Cricket gave him a conscience. And now he has to reckon with what he's done.
He was the first horse to ever commit every human crime, but not the first animal.
You
No.
know, when we were saying, about the whole donut god thing in the beginning, I was thinking like, then there must be like an Adam and Eve donut, but maybe he is both the Adam and the Eve donut if he's committed every human crime, if he has sinned.
Yeah, he was just like, whatever you do, don't take a bite out of me.
Yeah, I am the apple from the donut tree. I contain the knowledge of good and evil because Jiminy Cricket gave me a conscience.
That
So
scoundrel.
complicated.
I really lost the thread on this instantly. What do you mean?
Well, the thread, you can't understand it. It's beyond us. That's why. It exists like outside of time.
Otherworldly. No one can truly understand.
Well,
No.
have y'all ever had like an apple cinnamon donut though?
Yeah, dude.
Those are really good.
Only every fall.
Well, like apple cider.
Yeah.
I could go for one of those right now.
I think, okay, best donut room.
I have a couple I really like. Apple cider donut is one of them.
That's a good one. That's just a classic.
The other of them, I really like the like blueberry glazed ones.
Ooh, blueberry.
Those are probably my two faves.
Okay, Karina, you have a
Nothing can
Fave?
ever top a plain glazed donut fresh from Shipley's Donuts in Texas.
Okay.
Okay, shout out to Shipley.
Shipley.
They're just perfect.
Perfect donut. Nathan,
Yeah.
you got a perfect donut?
I mean, I really like the apple cinnamon. Like I like a filled donut personally. I'm a glutton, and I enjoy a donut with a delicious filling. So yeah, apple cinnamon I think might be my favorite of that variety, but I like a glazed with like a raspberry filling as well. That's a classic.
So you're a no-hole Nathan.
I'm a no hole Nathan. I mean, I'll eat a hole.
That's why they call you that?
Well, there are a few reasons why they call me that. We don't need to get no, Nathan. That's we don't need to.
You could have just said yes.
Yeah.
I'm also a huge fan of a mochi donut.
Okay, yeah.
I love those too. I love
Yeah.
those too.
Donut.
I just like things that are light and fluffy.
That's
I
fair.
believe.
Agree.
Yeah.
Julia, what's your favorite donut? I already know the answer to this.
Is it that I can't really eat donuts so my options are limited?
Yes.
Because my tummy can't process things that have too much sugar and egg.
Aw.
Simultaneously.
Allegedly. It depends on what the thing is.
Why did you ask then?
Okay, so most donuts I can't eat. Krispy
Yeah.
Kremes will put me out for 3 days. The last time I had a Krispy Kreme donut, I was bedridden for 3 days, and that's not even a joke.
That's
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, it's I don't know why my body do this, but it do.
Those are pretty like heavy fucked up
Yeah.
donuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they will mess you up. But my favorite donuts, apple cider's up there. I like, maybe for nostalgia reasons, the Entenmann's Crumb Donut.
Oh.
I love those. I used to get them. There was a store by my house growing up. It was the Entenmann's like store where they sold the things that were like going to be expired tomorrow or were a day expired. So you could get them like heavily discounted. And so we would get for a while all of our like birthday celebration treats there.
Oh, hell yeah.
And so we would get those crumb donuts, and I was obsessed with those.
Julia's favorite donut is old.
Yeah,
Old and discounted.
Day expired donut.
Old,
Yeah,
cheap donuts.
Yeah.
yeah. We would get like all of our little birthday celebration snacks there. For
Yeah.
a while.
As someone who does love like silly pastries and lives in New York City,
Mhm.
You can't beat a good cheap donut, though. The
Yeah.
best donut is cheap.
Yep.
You get like an old fashioned with a nice cup of coffee. That combo is like
Mhm.
real nice too.
Yeah.
Jacob, what was your answer going to be for me?
And an unfrosted
Yeah,
cake donut.
yeah, yeah, like
because
old
that's
fashioned.
like literally what you can eat.
Yeah. Yeah, old fashioned. Old fashioned is usually it's those I've listed the 3 donuts I can eat.
Yeah.
My favorite 3 donuts are the 3 that my body does not despise.
Yippee!
Yay! Nathan, this is really cute.
This is silly.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
So if there was a jockey,
There's not.
but if
In-
there were,
In the hole.
There can-
yeah, would he be in the hole like it's like a pool floaty?
He can go in the hole, but you're never seeing him again.
Oh, it's like a black hole.
You're just...
Yeah.
Whoa.
You cross the event horizon to jockey the donut guide.
You like slip in and he looks at you and goes, "You shouldn't have done that."
Yeah, you know, because as you can see, sort of the perspective. It looks like the perspective on this drawing is all fucked up, but that's just because you're having trouble comprehending.
'Cause that's where the light dies.
Yeah, it's
Actually, that was meant to be like that.
it's really it's just you don't understand sort of the cosmological cosmic
Yeah.
physics that's taking place in order to make the donut guide exist.
If you were to dip yourself in the middle, like you are the jockey going into a pool floaty,
Yeah.
and you were to hold yourself up like by putting your arms on the top of the donut body, your legs would just be getting stretched so impossibly thin forever.
It's spaghettification.
Yeah.
But then the rest of you is fine.
That's scary.
Would you live?
No.
No.
Well, it would be a type of life that wouldn't be recognizable to our understanding
This is
of what it means to
scary.
be alive.
You wouldn't live, but you wouldn't die.
You would just become part of the cosmic donut.
Yeah.
Become part of Cosmic Donut.
Yeah.
And some people are into that.
Yeah.
Are you into that, chat?
Comment
Comment
down below.
below.
Chat, would you become part of the Cosmic Donut?
You freaks.
You nasty little freaks. Oh, something peers out.
Who the fuck is that?
Someone that can exist in the cosmic.
I mean, that's just part
Black
of
hole.
It's just part of Donut God.
When you
Oh.
look into the hole look back into you.
Yeah.
I stared at Karina when I said that. for
It made
some
me
reason.
a little uncomfortable, but intrigued.
Yeah. I felt like you, of all people, needed to really internalize this message.
Thank you.
I Googled my own question, and the response I got was no.
If you would live if your legs were stretched impossibly thin in the cosmos?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have guessed that answer.
Well, the answer is literally no. If you were half in a black hole, you would not survive.
I don't even think you can be half in a black.
You can't,
Yeah.
No,
but
you have to go all the way in and do like Matthew McConaughey did in Interstellar.
Yeah.
Except instead of showing up behind the bookcase, you show up in a donut shop. I'm done.
Wow.
He's going to be hard to beat. I think
Good.
it'll-
Good discussions all around. I'm not scared. You're scared. Fuck you.
We never said we weren't going to challenge our audience with this episode.
The most challenging episode of all.
Yeah.
Horse.
horse. Let's get Karina in for her debut horse.
Woo!
Oh, no.
All right, Karina.
Nyeh.
I got a horse for you.
No, I'm scared.
Your horse is called He's Not Joking.
he's not. You thought that he was? He's not.
Not.
It's the most serious horse.
It's a very serious horse.
So serious he doesn't even have a proper name. Just if you refer to him, you just say, oh, him? He's not joking.
He's not joking.
Imagine if you were like a serious lecturer, but the only places that would accept your bookings to do your lecturing was like a stand-up comedy
Comedy
venue.
seller.
That does sound like a curse.
Yeah, and so everyone's like, this guy's hilarious. And you're like, no, I'm trying to warn you. And they're like, ha ha, yes. Isn't that the truth? So relatable.
Keeps pointing at himself, going, he's not joking. He's not joking.
He's not joking.
The crowd freaking loves it.
I have another piece of information for you, Karina. A
Please.
rare second piece of information.
Oh, on
shit.
this horse day.
Because on this horse list, it tells you the horse and then also the sire, which I guess is the horse's parent. Because I guess horses are like, it's probably racehorses all the way down in like
Oh
the
my
genetic
goodness.
line.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And so this horse's sire was called Practical Joke.
Oh.
Whoa.
He's not joking, son of Practical
Son
Joke.
of Practical Joke.
They weren't horsing around with these names.
They were not, Julia. So I think like it strikes me as like you came from a lineage of jokesterism,
of comedians.
and you want to
Oh
be
my God,
serious.
The worst life of all.
Dad, please, for 1 second, please, I need you to be serious.
It's gonna be our son.
Well, it's a lot of pressure to have the practical jokester as your parent. So maybe the only way you can avoid being forced to live up to that is by
I'm just
forging
trying a
your
real horse.
own path. Well, it's not a joke. It's
No.
not.
It's not a joke.
He's
We're
not
not
joking.
joking.
He's just a horse. What do you want? This
I
is
love
just
his
a
face.
I'm just a horse.
I'm here to race.
I'm here to race. I'm not here to do jokes.
Everyone thought I would be here to do a stand-up routine like my father and his father before him.
My father was always pulling pranks. He would throw jugs of milk at strangers in the parking lot.
I didn't see the humor in it.
It seemed cruel and unnecessary.
He said on my birth certificate he named me Josh so he could say that I was just joshing around.
But I'm
Why
not,
are you laughing?
But I'm not joshing, and I'm not joking.
And my name isn't Josh.
I had it legally changed.
So that everyone knew I was always being serious.
I had dreams of becoming a tax accountant.
It's the same voice as Mr. Man.
This is Mr. Man's horse.
This is the horse that he lost everything on.
Yeah, it's a horse race.
Oh my God.
My previous owner was married to Greta Gerwig. I don't get to see her anymore. I miss her.
She was the only person who respected me and took me seriously.
She took things so seriously. Did you see that Barbie movie? Many a serious lesson to be had in that movie.
I wish there weren't as many jokes, though.
You thought that it was just going to be a comedy, haha. And yet you left having learned something that day.
The learning something was my favorite part of the film.
I understand why they had to put the jokes in there to placate the audience.
To
But
placate the children.
Yes. And
But
many adults who
I
have...
found myself patiently waiting for the jokes to end.
Just a horse.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It's a horse who looks a little mad. Just a little irritated with you.
He's me when people don't take me seriously.
Please.
I had that curse happen to me just the other week. I like put up like a series, like I do little like introspective comics in my journal, and I was like, this one's kind of cool. I think I'll post it. And then people called it a funny, relatable comic. And I was like, this was a metaphor about my mental illness, but I guess I'll just quietly delete this and like be upset on my own.
Like, no, she's not joking.
This is one time. It happened to me. I did my TED Talk in the Comedy Cellar. And they laughed. They laughed at me, Doc.
This is my TED Talk in the Comedy Cellar is such a funny phrase for exactly that. That feeling when you're like, no, I'm like seriously trying to express to you that I'm very upset. And someone's like, that's so funny.
Yeah, you are so crazy. We love her.
The problem is we went on the internet and we built around us the Comedy Cellar
Yeah.
that we're
That's
always
true.
in.
And now we're trapped.
We're just trapped in the comedy.
And now we can't get out of there.
First person horror survival. Escape the Comedy Cellar.
Karina, I have a stupid idea for this horse.
Yes.
And you can say no.
Yes.
But if he's not joking around, does he have like saddle bags that are like briefcases? I was trying to go to work.
Yeah.
Oh, so he doesn't even want to race. He didn't even mean to be here.
Oh, do you think that he's like here to do like a very serious job of being like the best racehorse? So do you think he's dressed like one of those for some reason I'm thinking like the Tour de France bicyclists, like he's dressed in like aerodynamic gear.
What?
He's a
Like-
serious athlete,
Yeah.
but he also has briefcases because he's
I bring my resume everywhere I go.
yeah.
Because I want a different job. I fucking hate this one.
This is the job that everyone expected me to do because of my father and my father and his father before him.
Everyone wants me to run, but I want to run for office.
I want
I
to make
have-
a change in the world.
I have many serious platforms. There are many problems in this
Yeah,
world.
That's definitely what a horse
Oh
looks
my
like.
gosh, yeah.
Whatever.
That's really good.
No one knows what horses look like.
I don't know if you
Fine.
keep seeing me do this. That's me being
Scrunching finger.
Yeah, for those who didn't see, because you're watching a video where you couldn't see what I'm doing IRL.
Just imagine.
Every time I try to draw a horse leg, I just bend my finger like a little goblin hook.
That's a really good idea, though.
That's what horse legs are like.
fingies.
Yeah.
Fingy. They're fingy shaped.
I never thought about that, but you're totally right.
Please call them fingers,
Yeah.
Not legs.
not fingies.
Yeah, you're an adult.
Fingy sounds too unserious.
You know what my least favorite internet thing is right now? When people pretend that cats speak stupid.
Cats are very intelligent.
Cats are very intelligent creatures.
Not as intelligent as horses.
They wouldn't say human.
They wouldn't say chimpkin.
They would ask if they could have cheeseburger. They understand basic conjugation.
May I have a cheeseburger is what they would say.
Yes.
Cats are in fact very polite. Just because of cultural differences you don't understand. You think that they are rude.
I like that this horse is bald.
I like that too.
He's giving a
It's the
he's giving a
stress.
PowerPoint presentation.
It's the stress, Sandy.
Bald is the most serious haircut, I think.
Yeah. It means that you're not you've just accepted all that you are.
I don't have time to waste with styling.
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm gonna lose it all anyway someday, so
We lose everything
get used to it.
in the end.
But a natural bald, not
Yeah.
the freaking smooth head.
Okay, go off, King.
Well, I'm just saying there are a lot of people. I don't want to be on record saying that, like, yes, people with perfectly smooth heads are always very serious and should be taken seriously.
Yeah,
I
God
think that's
this is-
demonstrably false.
Yeah, don't take everyone who's bald seriously.
Please.
At
All
least
right.
40% of them should have their head like wonked, like a little like bongo.
Sounds like the I'm not joking around horses in the room with us. Am I right?
He's
Yeah.
rubbed off on me.
Like you should be rubbing bald little heads because they should not be taken that seriously. Come on.
Not all the time.
Counterpoint, you should take them seriously in a negative way.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Be like, I'm taking you seriously and I'm getting you out of here.
Yeah.
You have to leave.
Listen to what they're saying, and if it's a problem, get him out of there.
Get him out of there. Oh, he's got charts.
Yeah,
He's got
dude.
Yeah, he's
charts.
giving his presentation.
And everyone's laughing.
Oh, he's doing the chart bit. Yeah.
They're doing- I don't want to draw a hand. What the fuck?
Correct.
I'm just gonna draw a nondescript face. Yippee! Whoa!
Me watching you do this drawing.
Please, I'm trying to say why horses should not be raced anymore
Really close
and
to that
instead
wall.
do accounting.
And you're laughing.
And you're laughing at me.
I want him to be like, this chart represents how far through the course I will be as the race continues.
And they're
It's like, yeah, you don't need a chart for that.
That's why they're laughing, dude.
At the midpoint of the race, I will be approximately midway around the course.
He's so committed to the bit.
Following the line upwards, at the end of the race, I will reach the finish line.
You reach the finish line!
He's straight manning it so well. It's so funny.
Why are you
It's
laughing?
humor.
Why are you laughing? What did I say? What did I say now?
Is this guy British? His sense of humor is so dry.
He's doing crowd work. He's asking us questions. Yeah.
This is very fun.
Here's my horse. He's fucking basic here.
He's not joking.
He's not joking.
This might be one of the most accurate horses we've ever drawn on this show. Which is
Really
very
good.
funny.
It's perfect. I love him.
It's
Karina,
really good.
Great job. I'm
Yeah.
glad you've left your mark in the horse pantheon.
This
Yes,
is my
thank you.
horse.
He's got
This
tour
is my mind
dates
horse.
coming up.
He doesn't want to have tour dates, but they're there.
All right, it's me.
Julia
Get in
time.
here.
Julia,
Yes.
your horse.
Yeah.
And stay with me here because this might be confusing.
Great.
Your horse's name is Citizen Bull.
Oh. Citizen Bull.
Citizen Bull, the horse.
the horse.
Is this a beer?
A beer?
Sounds like a beer name.
Citizen Bull the horse is the name of the
Citizen-
horse.
The
Bull.
horse is named Citizen Bull,
The
Yeah.
horse.
and he is a horse.
Oh. I thought the horse was part of the name.
The horse is not part of the name. I was just clarifying because bull is a different animal.
It's a different animal.
So is a donut.
Donut's a different kind of beast.
And I got onto that just fine.
They'll let anyone in these races these days. Listen, nothing in the rule book says a bull can't run in the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, who's going to stop him? You?
Yeah.
I'd like to see you try. That shit's scary.
He's a bull and a citizen.
Yeah.
He has rights.
He will kill you and then sue you.
Okay.
He has every right to be here.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Citizen bull.
Okay.
All right. All right. All right. What do horses look like?
I'm scared.
Well, you just saw Karina
You
draw
just-
a very accurate horse, I think.
I'm just scared because you did the underdrawing of what looks like a human head.
Yeah, it's sort of a long human head and then like
No.
a
I
snake
have an
body.
idea. All right, I have an idea.
It's kind of like a dog, but the muzzle is upside down.
I have an idea. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
they're sort of
All
like
right.
big dogs.
I'm not
horses.
Yeah.
freaking out.
They're big dogs with finger legs.
I do have breaking news. And I
Okay.
literally didn't realize this until just now.
Okay.
Okay.
But Citizen Bull and Donut God have the same parent.
Oh, they're brothers.
The brothers.
The brothers.
Wait, what's their parent?
The parent's name is Into Mischief.
Of course.
What the fuck?
Into Mischief sired both Donut God and Citizen Bull.
Who's older? Who's the older
I
sibling?
don't know.
Okay.
Why not? Why did you draw a human nose?
I thought we were too distracted.
I
by
see that.
revelation. You could just sneak a human nose in there. Oh, he's got. Okay.
This is Iron Bull.
This is
from Dragon
Iron Bull
Age.
from
Yeah,
Dragon
that's the
Age.
Dragon Age guy.
Yeah.
I mean, people love that character.
It's him, but as a citizen,
But as
and
a
he's
citizen.
running in a horse race.
Yeah.
Julia, are you getting into mischief right now?
Yeah.
You about to sire two horses? Oh my god!
I have news about me and Jacob's son.
it's
a horse.
He's
He's two horses.
He's two horses. One has a black hole within him.
Sometimes a
And the
child is
other's
two
the
horses.
guy from Dragon Age.
It's very normal. It happens to at least 10% of new parents.
Yeah, they went to do the anatomy scan and they were like,
It's
That's Iron Bull.
that's Iron Bull.
We know him.
Here's some news. Your son, very healthy, but also he's Iron Bull.
Yeah,
He's Iron Bull from
He's
Dragon
a little
Age.
too healthy.
You see that thing that looks like a potato chip? That's Iron Bull from Dragon Age. Yeah, it might just look like a bunch of blobs to you, but we can tell.
We can tell. It's so easy to notice.
It's Iron Bull from Dragon Age and also another horse.
A horse that's a donut.
You notice how I said another horse? That's right. Iron Bull from Dragon Age is a horse.
I know he doesn't look like one, but he is. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Anyway, and then walks directly out on stage at the comedy.
You'll notice he has 2 horns, just like a horse.
Honestly, that's what we need to start saying instead of 2 wolves, since that is like cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
There are 2 horses.
Yeah, I sire 2 horses.
I sire
instead
2
of
horses.
Yeah, start working that into your vocabulary, chat.
Yeah.
Instead of saying inside of you there are 2 wolves, say I sire 2 horses. One is this and the other is that.
People are going to be confused at first, but you keep
It'll
saying
catch
it.
on.
Yeah, you just have to insist on it.
Yeah.
They'll stop asking questions eventually.
Yeah, and it'll just become a part of the language.
Just say you're not joking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll believe you.
And get really indignant about it.
I'm not joking. I sire 2 horses.
One of them is really serious right now.
Just drawing Iron Bull from reference.
Then he
Good.
has like very dreamy eyes.
Yeah, I mean he's a beautiful Kunari.
Yeah.
He sure is.
Yeah, there he is. That's accurate.
Yeah, that's him.
This was back before they yassified the dang Kunari in Veilguard.
Yeah.
Oh, they got yassified in Veilguard?
They got yassified, dude. They don't make them like Iron Bull anymore.
Okay. But y'all remember, speaking of Kunari, y'all remember Sten?
Yeah, I remember Sten from the first Dragon Age. He didn't even have
He didn't
horns.
even
He was
have
just
horns.
a large man.
He's just a big man.
I guess every game they've completely changed what the Kunari, like what their deal is.
Yeah.
In the first one, they were like, "Oh, Kunari, that's just a big man."
That's a
And then in
big,
the second
serious
one,
man.
They're like, "Oh, just kidding. They actually are blue and have giant horns."
They make so many changes every Dragon Age, and then every Dragon Age, people are like, this Dragon Age sucks! Is so different from my Dragon Age. And then the next Dragon Age comes out, and they're like, this one sucks, actually. This one, the one before it was the best Dragon Age.
Now that was my Dragon Age.
That was my Dragon Age.
Bring back the big man.
Bring back the big, serious man. They could have called him He's Not Joking.
Yeah, they
yeah,
could've.
look at him. This little like tater tot secret mouth. Do I look like I'm joking?
I'm gonna give you my look. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Purses my lips a little.
Don't look at my phone. Don't look at it.
This means she's changing reference, everyone.
I mean, something's about to happen.
It's not gonna be. This ain't gonna be right.
Something has changed in reference.
Sorry, I looked at your phone.
you like what you saw?
Just do it. Go on.
Just do it.
Just
She
do
says,
it.
handing the gun to me.
It's the equivalent of falling into the black hole. You know it's too late.
Yeah, I'm like halfway in and my legs are so long and I'm scared, but I'm like, well, okay.
There's no changing it now.
Well,
Okay.
Mewtwo's not gonna save me now. Let's go.
He's wearing his citizen uniform.
Yeah, he's a good citizen.
He's a good citizen, so he wears a tie.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
That's how you know.
Yeah. Okay, good.
We've all looked at Julia's phone at this point.
I can't see it.
Okay, Jacob hasn't.
As
No
soon
one
as-
say anything.
as
No one
soon-
say anything.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably guess. You could probably guess what's coming, but it's still. I'm still glad we're all here for it. You know.
Yeah.
I'm like laughing too hard. I can't fucking draw.
Just be strong.
I can't.
Lock in.
Lock in.
It doesn't look like fucking anything. Oh god. Okay.
I mean, this is a really good drawing. Already.
It's all gonna come together.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Got a very long, thin torso. Sort of different from Iron Bull's usual.
Well, yeah. This is. You know, he's not a video game character. He's just a citizen.
This is Citizen Bull.
Citizen
Yeah.
Bull is different.
Yeah.
What am I looking at here?
Sucks.
No, it's good.
I'm sorry.
Does he have a little,
Sorry, I misspoke.
a little floppy sleeve? Is that his hoof?
Well, because he's still a horse.
He's
you
still a
say.
horse.
He's still a horse.
I mean, we're drawing
Oh, you know
horses.
what?
If you go and look at the title of the video, we're drawing horses.
you knew it was gonna be a horse. Of course.
Could you imagine if this video was called like drawing, racehorses based on their crazy names, and the thumbnail is a close up of Iron Bull's face?
Yeah, just not Julia's drawing, but
It's
just,
cropped in.
Yeah.
just official game art of Iron Bull from Dragon Age Inquisition.
Love the switch to a bolo tie.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, why did you say wait and then delete the tie and make it a bolo
Well, it would have
tie?
been silly if he was wearing a tie. Iron Bull would never.
Yeah.
Also, he's a horse.
He got me there.
He's a horse, but he's also a citizen.
Horses prefer bolo ties.
Well, they're more like reins, you see.
Oh. Yeah.
So is he just like rearing up stoically?
Well, hold on.
Something about doing horse rearing up when it's a person's body it's just sort of a
Yeah, he looks like he's going, yeah.
Yeah, he's either going nya or he's like getting ready to box me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, he looks like the boxing nun. Like the little toy.
A little toy. Yeah.
Chat, y'all remember the boxing nun?
Is he holding a calendar?
Looks like a calendar.
Is he also at the presentation?
No.
Very business-oriented race this year.
One scary donut horse and then two men with jobs.
It's anyone's game.
Okay.
Okay, so we have
Like
That is a
spreadsheet?
calendar.
it's a spreadsheet or calendar or both.
Bingo
Well,
Well,
card.
you forget the other part of his name.
Citizen.
Citizen. Oh, he voted?
He voted.
Oh, that's his
Oh,
ballot.
it's a ballot.
That's the ballot. He's going to turn in his ballot.
Where do I
Sweetie,
drop
do
this
not
off?
show me that.
I'm proud of who I voted for. I don't care who knows.
I always guess who's going to win.
It's kind of like a horse race.
They just tell him every year that the place to drop off his ballot is at the finish line.
Oh.
And then he goes so fast trying to get there. Because they
Yeah.
also tell him that the faster you get your ballot in, the more it's worth.
I'm going to win this race, just like my candidates. I put so much money on my candidates to win. Also, pride in my country, I guess. I don't know.
He's just standing there like this while saying all that.
It's important to vote. It's the fucking stupidest thing I've ever drawn on the show.
Well,
I don't know about that.
Definitely not true.
I don't know about that.
sure about that one.
Can you at least like curve his ass out a little bit to look like a horse
Thank you.
Can you give him a little tile?
and give him a little tail?
Give him a little tile. Oh, yeah.
Now we're talking.
Ooh.
Okay,
Okay.
Kind
yeah.
of bushy, right?
A little,
Yeah.
very artistic tail.
I love it.
He's like a rooster now.
If he
He's
my-
asserting dominance.
Here's my issue, Julia.
Yeah, okay.
If he stops rearing up, he's going to be staring directly at the ground.
No, that's why his neck muscles are so strong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he can curve his face up.
He cranks it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
He
be
cranks it up.
That'd be so uncomfortable.
Listen, he wasn't asked to be born like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wasn't asked to be born like this.
He wasn't. No one asked.
No one
him
asked him.
to arrive like this.
But he did it anyways.
It's just he shows up and they're like, "Oh,
Oh, like that, huh?
He wouldn't stop rearing up because he needs to hold his ballot. So he just runs on his back two legs. And he's very fast.
Doing his little sachet
Yeah.
with his arms
Exactly
up.
like a rooster when he runs.
What's that game where all the silly horses race?
Oh, the Japanese game?
Yeah.
I forgot
The
what
one
it's
where
called.
the anime girls
Yeah, the
are
anime
horses?
girl
That
one?
No, the one that didn't they also make like an Olympics one from a while ago? They made like a silly Olympics where you could like be a
Yeah.
penguin in a ski race.
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up.
Is it called like Japan World Cup or something?
It's something like that.
Yeah.
Japan World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh."
Yeah. There's a horse that does run like that, I think.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
It does a little sachet and it goes really fast sometimes. So I think that there is precedent.
Yeah. Like, no doubt that could go fast. It would just look silly.
I think that's good.
Here's my guy, I guess.
Much to the chagrin of he's not joking.
He's like,
You're making this too silly.
yeah. No one will ever take this race seriously now.
I am glad that you are voting. However, this is not the time nor the place.
It's always the time and place to execute my civic duty. They both talk exactly
We have
the
very
same.
similar voices.
And then just zooming in on Donut God.
Yeah, Donut God doesn't speak.
No, you just hear like a high-pitched
Oh, I was
ringing
picturing
in
like
your
a white
ears.
noise of
It's
you
just-
getting
it's just
sucked
static.
in to the black hole. The camera just getting pulled in, stretched.
I think it's like if Donut God decides to race, Donut God wins.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
you don't know what they're going to do is
Yeah.
the issue. They could just like disappear or grow like 10 sizes bigger for some reason.
They might
Right.
just be at the end of the race.
Yeah.
When you
Which
blink.
doesn't count.
Yeah.
Or they might just be toying with us, you know?
Who knows?
They might just like hover.
Yeah, they just float directly up until you can no longer see them.
This is them.
Yeah.
These are our horses.
These are our horses,
in
and
this race.
and maybe David's gonna make it look like they're racing.
oh,
And this one will have to go on the bottom
Yeah.
of the
Yeah,
screen.
just cover
Sorry.
cover the bottom half.
Yeah, this one's the closest to us, of course.
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, David.
You know, figure it out. See if you can incorporate any of the things we described. Donut God doing.
Donut God speed on this one.
Whoa.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
if you made it to the
Hey.
end of the race / the end of this episode, why don't you hit that like and subscribe? That'll
That-
help us win the algorithm.
The
race.
faster you hit it, the more it counts.
Whoa.
The faster the horses go.
Whoa.
You can also support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Drawfee.
The more you support it, the faster we go.
Whoa.
We also got merch that can arrive so speedy quick at your door
and make you faster.
and make you faster from our DFTBA merch store.
whoa.
Whoa.
And you can watch us draw not so fast on our Twitch.
Slow as hell.
Wow.
Twitch.tv/Drawfee, where we stream every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And sometimes we play video games.
Yup.
Yo.
And that's it. We're sorry.
That's it. Oh, and here they're approaching the finish line, and wow.
Wow.
I didn't expect that
No.
outcome.
That's
Oh,
right.
yikes. Well, sorry.
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 Sorry.